Let me show you some tips and tricks for Nothing Phone 3. And we're gonna start with the design that we have by default in the home screen. More precisely, of course, we have hidden apps if you decided to go with the Nothing's monochromatic theme. So you have hidden app names. If you actually prefer to see them, what you can do is you can open settings. Now in settings, we're gonna go to customization. And over here we need to open a layout in order to toggle app label over here. By doing so, you will add app names back again. On the other hand, if you have app names and you wish to hide them, then of course we can just turn it off over here. Besides that, if you have chosen the Nothing's monochromatic theme, then of course we have just two colors on apps, on app icons, but you can switch to the default Android style theme by going to the icon pack settings, and over here we can choose the default pack. In case you made some various changes in the home screen and you wish to revert the home screen page, all you have to do is tap on this icon that we have in the top right corner. You will reset the home screen to the original Nothing layout that you can see over here. We can add widgets that will have a button from quick settings. For example, by default we have this do not disturb button that is of course taken from quick settings. You can actually add your own widget from quick settings. All you have to do is simply press and hold your finger on an empty space in the home screen and go to widgets. And then over here we need to scroll down in order to find quick settings. We have three sizes to choose from, so let's say I'm gonna choose 2x1. I'm gonna press and hold, and then I'm gonna drop it over here at the top. Now we can choose what the button should be for. So of course we have, for example, Wi-Fi, mobile data, so you can have a quicker access to mobile data. For example, you can toggle it much quicker, or for example torch, and so on and so forth. And what can be also quite useful is, for example, a screen recorder, so you don't have to go through all these panels in quick settings. In order to find the screen recorder, you can just simply press on this button in order to start recording your screen. I also forgot about one more thing in the settings that I had shown you in the beginning. So once again, in customization, if you go to layout, you also have this search bar. So by default we have Google search bar. We can also switch to essential search, and we can also just completely disable the search bar at the bottom of the screen. We also have quite a bit of customization for folders. Over here I have just created a simple example folder, and what you can do is if you press and hold your finger, you can, for example, enlarge it, make it much bigger. And also we have customize option where we can change to a cover. So instead of seeing apps, we can just set up a cover and choose one of these cover icons, or you can even use an emoji. So for example, something like this. Now, in addition to that, we can find even more customization if we enlarge our folder. And in this case, we have a circle, grids, or default. So pretty cool stuff, allows you to personalize folders quite a bit in the home screen. And you can even make app icons bigger. So this over here, this ChatGPT icon is just an app. So this is a normal app. So as you can see over here, I also have an app. If you press and hold your finger, you can find this icon over here with two arrows, or you can just find enlarge, and you can make app icon bigger and take 2x2 space instead of 1x1. If you go to the app drawer and swipe to the right, like so, you can access the private space. Private space allows you to, for example, hide apps. Over here we can press add in order to add apps to the private space. You also have private camera, private photos, and private files. So this is essentially a separate environment where we have a password, and in order to access it, you need to of course know the password. And not only you can add files, you can also add apps over here. If you go to the app drawer in the bottom right corner, we have these three dots, and we can switch from the default layout of the app drawer to smart app drawer, which resembles the one that we have on iOS devices such as iPhones. The only thing that is different is that we don't have the full app library list, so all these apps are categorized in these folders. But at least we have like a partial app library or something that resembles it. So if you enabled it by accident or something, you can switch back to the default app drawer over here in these settings. And yeah, this is how it looks like. One of the highlights of Nothing Phone 3 is the Glyph matrix or Glyph display. This LED display allows you to show several things on it, and of course we also have some kind of gimmicks like games, but you can also use it to set up, for example, a notification display and so on and so forth. Essentially, if you want to use it, you need to press this circle panel over here, this circle button, and you cannot just hold it, you actually have to press it. You will feel a vibration once this happens, so you can also press and hold your finger in order to activate it. And of course, as I said, we have several different games. For example, you can spin a bottle, play rock, paper, scissors, and so on and so forth. But we also have additional settings, well, not additional settings, but in general settings. In Glyph interface, you can, for example, go to essential notifications. You can create rules so that, for example, if you receive a notification from a specific person, such as a message or a call, then a specific icon of your choice will be displayed on this Glyph matrix. Overall, we have a bunch of different tools that we can go through over here in this Glyph interface section, so be sure to check that out in order to adjust to your own needs and make it work exactly as you wish it to work. Going back to the home screen and widgets, you can also share a photo widget. So let's actually once again press and hold our finger in order to create a widget. And over here, what you can find is photos. So let's say I'm gonna choose this 2x2 photo widget. I'm gonna actually place it over here on this page. And what you can do is, if you press and hold your finger on that widget, of course you can open the camera in order to use the photo over here, or you can go to the gallery and choose a photo of your own choice to be displayed over here. But what is also quite interesting is that you can share this widget with other people. So you can link widget with a friend and share the same content between two devices. So definitely worth using this feature in order to share, for example, some photos between friends. To access quick settings, you just have to scroll from the top once to see notifications, and then you have some example widgets, and then scroll again in order to open full quick settings. You can press on this pen icon on the right side in order to start editing the quick settings. And what is also quite interesting is that you can make different sizes of these buttons. So for example, I can press on this button over here in the bottom right corner in order to make this tile occupy 2x1 space instead of just 1x1. Now we're gonna go again to settings, and then in these settings, if you go to customization and open more wallpapers, you will find Wallpaper Studio, which is a tool that allows you to create a wallpaper by using AI. So let's say we're gonna just choose to surprise us, and then we will get a generated wallpaper by AI. And there we go, we have an example wallpaper. In this case, it took iridescence and photograph. Of course, we can go back in order to choose something else. So let's say we're gonna choose flora. Let's create a wallpaper, and let's see what results we will get this time. And there you go, we have another result. Of course, we can save this wallpaper by pressing on this download button in the top right corner, and then you can also just set it as a wallpaper if you wish so. In settings, if you scroll all the way down, you should be able to find special features, and then over here open the gestures in order to find screenshot gesture. Over here you should be able to find 3-finger swipe, which allows you to capture a screenshot with a simple gesture. So use 3 fingers in order to swipe down like so, and you can capture a full screenshot. You can also deactivate the power button and volume down button shortcut once you have 3-finger swipe activated. This gesture is actually disabled by default for some reason, so you have to go to these settings in order to be able to use a gesture to take a screenshot. Over here in these gestures setting, we can also find the double press power button, and you can assign something to open, for example, or launch by just pressing the power button twice. By default, we use it to quickly open the camera, but you can also choose apps and app shortcuts, and you can also tap on this option in order to choose a specific app that you have on your phone, so you can have a quick access to a specific app, for example. You can also enable torch or glyph torch, which is also quite a good choice as well, of course. We also have the essential key, which is located below the power button. Essential key allows you to take a quick note of pretty much anything at any point. This also runs some AI features as well. We can quickly create a schedule, make tables, and so on and so forth. You can add a note, you can record a voice memo. So this is like a notes app, to put it in a very simple words. Of course, there's a little bit more into that, but essentially we can use it in order to store some information that you need to save right now in a given situation. You can then open the essential space in order to, let's actually go through these options quickly, in order to, whoop, I just made it by accident, but we can double click in order to also quickly open the essential space. I actually went to the essential space right now for the first time, so I had to go through these notifications, but if you are, for example, anywhere, if you have anything open, then you can just double press in order to quickly open your notes, your essential space, so-called. Just a fancy note feature. So far, I have mentioned quite a bit of different widgets that we can add in the home screen on this phone, but we can also add widgets to the lock screen, which can also be quite convenient if you want to quickly do something without having to unlock the phone. So if we go to settings and open customization, over here we can swipe to the lock screen, and then we have widgets. We can tap over here, we have our area where we can add widgets. We can also extend the area so we can take more space for widgets. And over here we have some example widgets that we can use. So we have, once again, access to quick settings. We can have the information about the screen time. We can even add a digital clock and so on and so forth. So maybe you will find something that can be quite useful. You can clone apps quite easily, especially this feature is useful if you use an app where you have two accounts and you constantly need to switch between these accounts. So in order to create a second version of the same app, we can open settings. Over here we need to go to apps. Then over here we have the cloned apps option, and for example we can clone YouTube, WhatsApp, Facebook, and so on and so forth. You can also tap over here, see other apps in order to see the list of all apps that we can clone, and you will find the second version of the app in the app drawer right next to the original one. And of course the cloned version uses different data, different accounts, different settings, and so on and so forth, so you will have separated data. Besides that, we also have the app locker, so you can create a password for an app of your choice, of course. So choose any of these apps that you have on your phone that you wish to lock. Let's say I'm gonna lock Essential Space. You can also find some customization options over here. But what we're gonna do is over here, we're gonna now try to open the Essential Space. And as you can see, we need to verify our identity in order to be able to continue and use the app. Last but not least, we also have always on display, which is something that can be considered quite hidden because it is not really called always on display. At least the option itself is not called always on display. So if we open settings and go to lock screen, you should be able to find always show basic info of lock screen, and this is AOD. We can find the name always on display above over here. This is the category or a section, name of the section. And if we go over here, we can toggle always on display by tapping on this switcher. You can also choose when AOD should be shown. My personal preference is tap to show. And that's pretty much it. Of course, there's probably much more that we can cover in terms of different tricks and tips for Nothing Phone 3. If there is something that I missed that you think is worth mentioning, then of course share it in the comments. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe.